everyone, and welcome to, I guess, my very first quote-unquote real speed build on this channel. For those who don't want to hear me talk, a version of this video is actually currently up with no commentary, just music, if you just kind of want a video to listen to in the background without me yapping. Totally let me know in the comments whether or not you guys prefer, hey, I like it when you ramble about nonsense during your video, or hey, I don't like it, I'd much rather just listen to some royalty-free music. Or maybe you like both. Maybe you like seeing two different versions of the video. This build was really fun, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's fun to me because this is actually the first build I've done, first of all, in a very long time. Second of all, on this channel where I don't have a budget. Guys, I don't have a budget for this because I'm just making it. So that was a breath of fresh air to not have a budget or restraints or, you know. So this is just, I don't know what else to call it other than just a cottage. It's actually literally based on a house that's in my neighborhood that I drove by the other day, and I guess I noticed it for the first time. I've lived here my whole life, and I was like, oh my gosh, that house is so cute. The exterior of the house does not look like this, but the shape of it looks like this, and it had so many trees, so many bushes. It was so lavish and green and pretty. It looked like it came out of a Studio Ghibli movie. So that was honestly the inspiration for this build. And yeah, there's a really big oopsie that happened in this build. I furnished the entire living room and then didn't realize that I hit the record button. I thought I did, apparently I didn't. So the furnishing of this house's living room is missing, MIA, but I still wanted to post it anyways. This video is also very long. I think this is the longest video I've ever made. I don't know if it's too long. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it other than it's very hard for me to understand what people like and what people don't like unless it's physically told to my face. So, do we like the longer form content? Do we like the 30-minute long video? I could have easily shrunk it down by just making the speed build itself shorter or cutting out parts. I personally leave in all the parts. The only things I really cut out are when I jumble the camera around, and when you speed it up, it looks absolutely chaotic. But yeah, I leave in all the parts because me personally, I really like it when I watch a SIMS speed build and the creator leaves in all the parts, because I like seeing the process of, you know, how did you make the layout? Did you really make the layout in one shot, or did you spend 500 hours making? Because I'm terrible at interior. So, I don't know. I just leave it all in because I guess I appreciate that kind of stuff. So I just assume that other people also appreciate it. I could have sped this video up a lot, but I feel like it went a little too fast to the point where you can't really tell what's going on. So, I don't know. I'm testing the waters. I'm not a professional content creator by any means. I'm extremely new to this. I mean, I spent at least an hour and a half last night trying to make my reels and posting them and figuring out what's good, what's not, how to edit them, blah, 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 blah. I literally feel like a boomer. I don't know how to use TikTok. I'm currently trying to learn how to use TikTok so I can promote my Twitch channel. And it's a struggle, I'm not gonna lie. I've been posting... That's a lie. I made an Instagram account for my Twitch. Still don't... I know how to use Instagram. It's more or less being afraid to put myself out there because I don't want to get made fun of and I don't want like rotten tomatoes thrown at me on stage. But I can't want to be a content creator and I can't want to post content and then be afraid of critiques or be afraid of people making fun of me, because it comes with the job. You know what I mean? It's part of being on the internet. So I shouldn't argue that that's what I'm scared of, because if I'm really that scared of it, then I shouldn't be doing this at all. Oh my gosh, that might have sounded really mean. I hope that didn't sound really harsh or mean. I mean, it's just how I view it. Like I said, comes with it. So I'm branching out. I'm trying new things. I'm trying to promote more things and be less of a scaredy cat, I guess. I don't know. So for those who are wondering what lot this is on, I included it in the very beginning of the video. I just placed a lot down near, this is actually in the world where I'm renovating all the starters. So it's literally across the street from Shotgun Style, the video I just uploaded prior to this. I actually already have 2 speed builds filmed and ready to go. Oh, this is what I mean. You guys are gonna see me struggle making the interior so many times. I did so many layouts, I googled layouts, and I didn't like any of them. This sitting here, I think this is me looking at Pinterest. Uh-oh, I didn't know this clip was in here. Yeah, that was definitely me looking at Pinterest. So I've actually been trying to, I don't know. I'm trying to find more content to upload other than just The Sims. The reason I've been mass producing these Sims builds is obviously I enjoy making them. Why else would I make them? But also, these types of videos are much easier, I guess, to mass produce because not too much editing goes into them, if I'm being honest. Don't get me wrong. The editing process for a Sims speed build, for me at least, maybe I'm just slow, is a minimum of 2 hours. Just to, you know, record the voiceover, cut out clips, speed it up, make sure everything is smooth, find the music, put the music in, all that fun stuff. I love making, so like my very first 2 videos on this channel, one is a Dead by Daylight video. That one's super rough, the video quality is terrible. But also a Mario Kart video, and they were really, really fun to make. And I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. However, they took so long to edit. And it's like 15 minutes of a video. That Mario Kart video, I think that was at least 5 hours of editing. And like I said, maybe I'm just slow when it comes to editing, but it took me so long to edit that for 15 minutes, and I don't know how these channels make video content like that and post once a week. I just don't. I mean, like I said, I might be the problem, I just might be really slow. I also overthink a lot when it comes to making those videos because I guess I second guess myself. I don't know what's funny. I don't know what's not funny. I don't want to put something in and then be like, hee, this is hilarious. And then nobody else thinks it's funny because I kind of have I don't want to say I have a niche sense of humor, but I don't know. I laugh at the dumbest things. So something I find entertaining and funny could absolutely be something that somebody else didn't find entertaining. But once again, that goes back to my argument of, if I'm gonna do this, if I'm gonna make content, then put yourself out there. Who knows? Maybe people like my sense of humor and I'll connect with people in that way. So I literally just need to stop being a big old scaredy cat. And not to sound corny, but I just need to be myself. I hate to say that. Ew, gross. I sound like a mentor or something. That's a joke. Anyway, the interior of this house, I actually had a lot of fun with it. Fun fact, I used a lot of base game furniture in this house. Actually, I had a lot of fun with the wallpaper. You know, I usually only just do like one paint color. I actually had a lot of fun trying to do funky little wallpapers because the sim for this house is a young adult, but I wanted to give her, I don't know, is it called granny aesthetic? Where it kind of like you make your house look like grandma aesthetic. I'm so sorry, I'm so bad at talking. I kind of have that aesthetic in my room, so I thought it would be really fun to do it in this house. So, which Sims 3 base game has a lot of, I don't want to call it granny furniture, but a lot of floral furniture. So an item that I actually used twice in this build, and I absolutely love it, is a base game sink, and it's got flowers in the basin, and it's so stinking cute. I love it. I put it in the bathroom and the kitchen. I use, oh my gosh, so much base game furniture. I use the base game desk, base game tables, base game chairs, just because they all, I don't know. I felt like they all fit it. But I was experimenting with counters here because I didn't want to just use basic counters, and I really like those, the sunray counters that were just up on the screen. I actually like those a lot, and I like using them, but I felt like with the wallpaper, it felt like a little bit too much was going on. I say as this house becomes extremely cluttered extremely fast. But so the sim personality I was going for with this build was, I think it's pretty obvious, she loves plants and gardens. I made her a green thumb, a cat person, loves the outdoors. That's the sink, by the way. It's so stinking cute. I love it. You know, all that fun stuff. So per usual, obviously I put plants everywhere, but I also I love making houses look lived in. I don't know how else to explain it. So usually when I decorate the living room, I don't make the rugs perfectly straight. I make them off center on purpose. I make the coffee table shifted to the side because it looks like a sim lives there. Not everything fits on a grid. To me, it looks lived in because I love lived in spaces. I love it when people's houses are cluttered and full of decoration. Again, quote unquote granny aesthetic. You know, I am not a minimalist by any means. Ugh. I'm sorry if that's an ick for some people. I've been told I'm a maximalist. Whatever that means. Obviously, it's the opposite of minimalist. Who knows? That word could be fake, and the person who called me that could have been lying to my face. But I love to have, I don't know, I love to be surrounded by things that I like. So my walls are completely covered in stuff. My desk is completely covered in stuff. And there's little knickknacks everywhere in my room. I own a plethora of what some people would consider junk. I own a lot of anime figurines, and they're just sprawled out around my room. My favorite one right now is I have a Hatsune Miku, oh my gosh, what are they called? Oh my god, what are they called? They're like ramen holders? You're supposed to put them on top of a cup of noodle, and it cooks your noodles, so the anime figures look like they're sitting down. I have her currently on my PC setup. She's sitting on top of my speaker, and I think she's so cute and adorable, and I love her. Shoot, let me ramble about the stuff I hyperfixate on. I own a lot of Rim and Ram, I think that's how you say their name, figures. Specifically, Ram? Question mark? I'm so bad with names, I'm so sorry. The pink one. I own a lot of her. There's currently 3 of her on my PC desk. I own a Patchy Maru from Overwatch is on my desk. Kuromi's on my desk. There's a Minecraft V, but I don't know. I love my little things. I have a lot of figurines from the Fate series. I have Lancer from Fate Zero, Saber Alter, so the dark version of Saber from the Heaven's Feel movies. I own Archer from Stay Night. Who else do I have? There's one more. She's from the MASH. I own MASH. I have a Sephiroth and Zack figurine from Final Fantasy VII because those 2 are my favorite characters of all time. I could absolutely start an argument right now of why Crisis Core is better than Final Fantasy VII, but I don't want to do that in this video. Maybe I'll save that for another video, because I honestly say stuff in the comments. I literally would love some ideas of what to talk about during these videos, because especially this one, this is a 30-minute long video. I don't know what to talk about for 30 minutes. There's no way I can talk about what I'm doing in this video for 30 minutes. If that's what I'm gonna do, I might as well be narrating the video, because you can obviously see what's happening, and all I can do is share little points of, this is how I felt doing this. This is what I did doing this. But at one point, does that just become repetitive and me kind of not stating the obvious, but you know. So just leave stuff in the comments you want me to talk about. I could easily ramble for over half an hour about why I prefer Crisis Core over Final Fantasy VII, and unpopular opinion, I don't like Cloud. Sue me. Don't like is strong. I don't prefer Cloud. I easily prefer many other characters over Cloud, specifically Zack from Crisis Core. He's the main character we all deserved, but we didn't get. But I don't know. I had so much fun making this house. I loved putting the stuff everywhere. I loved the kitchen, and I loved the little plant I put on top of the fridge. Those custom content invisible shelves come in clutch so hard. I use them all the time now. I love them. They are literally invisible, by the way, so your sim can, they don't, from what I've seen, they don't block off, like they don't make the items unusable. Your sim can still use the counter. This is the part where I unfortunately didn't know that I wasn't recording the living room, which was very sad because I actually had a lot of fun doing the living room, and I wish I could have shown the process of furnishing it, but I know what happened. I use OBS to record, which is the same program I use to stream. I remember this. I clicked start stream by accident because the buttons are right next to each other. I clicked start stream and I walked away, and because my game was loading up, and I remember I don't remember what I was doing, but I got a notification on my phone telling me manage your live stream from your mobile dashboard. I was like, what is going on? And I went back and I had clicked the stream button instead of the record button, and I ended stream, but I didn't click record to record, so it was my fault. And I'm low-key a hot mess. I'm low-key all over the place, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure it's quite obvious by my voiceovers how I switch topics of what I'm talking about every 2 seconds, because I'll write down pinpoints, but I don't have a script. I I ramble. I'm just rambling right now. ADHD to the max. Another common theme I did in this build was I put books everywhere because she's a bookworm, obviously. But also, there's a lot of yellow. I purposely included yellow flowers and everything because in my mind, her favorite color is yellow. So I thought she would want to surround herself with yellow flowers because those would be her favorite. She's got a cat. I loved furnishing for the cat too. I loved making the little clip videos that I do at the end of every speed build of showing the sim living in the house. I actually loved including a little kitty. I loved including him. It was so fun. So, what did I name him? I don't remember. I think I named him Miso. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I should write this stuff down while I'm doing it. But please give some ideas of what other content other than Sims 3 content that would be interesting to see. I'm currently in the works of making another Mario Kart video. They just take it takes a really long time to edit. That's all. It's not the recording that's the problem. Yawn. It's the editing out all the unfunny stuff, putting in sound effects to make it funny. I've actually been getting some ideas to start making some stream highlight videos. You know, where the streamers post their live stream, but they edit it down to like a 20-minute video and it's just the funny things that happen on stream. Thought about doing that. I've got a couple videos sitting in my files, or rather live streams, of playing Repo. I could hop on the Repo bandwagon, even though I think the Repo bandwagon left a couple months ago, of just funny clips from that. I play Rivals a lot. I thought about making a Rivals highlight video, but I'm awful at Rivals. I'm so bad at that game. So it would be more embarrassing in my opinion than it would be funny. But you know, DBD, some DBD highlight videos I could do again. But just tell me what interests you. I have a Mario Party video I could easily edit and post with my friends. I guess I want to know what is to be seen. Because I can post content all I want, but I want to make things that the viewers want, I guess. But anyways, I hope that you guys love the speed build as much as I did. I had so much fun doing this. I haven't furnished or built a house with no budget in so long. It felt so nice to just do what I wanted, kind of. And I sincerely apologize for how awkward I am when it comes to filming these. I'm face to face in person. I am terrible at socializing and talking. So put me in front of a quote unquote invisible audience, aka you guys listening. I don't know who's listening. I don't know who I'm talking to. I second guess myself. I overthink. I don't know what to say. So I just kind of end up rambling like I'm rambling now. You know, the antisocial ADHD, I'm awful at talking, I feel really awkward rambles. So that's why giving me some topics of what you want my opinion on to ramble about, please do so. Because that would also make me feel a little bit better about me just blabbing about whatever comes to my mind. So, I'm gonna repeat myself. I hope you love this video. I hope you love the decor. Again, gonna reiterate, I said in the beginning, if you don't want to hear me awkwardly and nervously yap about complete nonsense and say every 3 minutes, there is another version of this video currently up with no commentary. It's just music. So, yeah. I hope everyone has a great day. I hope everyone has a great week. I hope that you get that thing that you've been working really hard to get. And if you're having a bad day, I hope it gets better. And please enjoy the rest of this video. Bye-bye.
Remember, don't hesitate to call on me for anything. Like you said, a human being, and I'm going to make you take that chance. Things have been different for me ever since I met Hildy. I've never met anyone quite like her.